Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello everyone, my name is Ihsan. On this video, I would like to present a curriculum analysis paper entitled Characterizing Indonesia's EFL 2013 Curriculum for Junior High School. Now, allow me to discuss the focus of the paper first. As you can see, this paper is aimed at giving the information about the main concept of this curriculum and how to implement it. For that reason, this paper is aimed at characterizing the curriculum through the rationale by Tyler, and it includes the objectives, the contents, the experience, the evaluation, and all of these elements are framed on Peraturan Menteri Pendidikan dan Kebudayaan Republik Indonesia nomor 35 and 37 tahun 2018. Then, before we discuss the four elements, allow me to describe the rationale behind the 2013 curriculum. As you can see, this curriculum was designed to meet the internal and external challenges, which are to develop the potential human resource of Indonesian productive ages. That's the first one. And the second one is to meet the standard of international assessment. It's like in PISA and TIMSS. Also, this paper cited the statement from Permendikbud number 35 2018, as you can see here. There are descriptions about the rationales of this curriculum, and this paper comes to the conclusion that the ideology of this curriculum is the synthesis of, this is the first one, the social and economic efficiency, social reconstructivism, and learner-centeredness. In my opinion, all of these ideologies focuses on facilitating the students to be able to implement the knowledge in the social context. For that reason, these are in line. These ideologies are in line with the rationale. Moving on to the objectives, this curriculum actually has two objectives. This is the first one, general objective to meet the standard of national education, and the second one, specific in English content, is to meet kompetensi inti and kompetensi dasar. So focusing on these two phrases, this paper comes up with the idea that the objectives are relevant to the first rationale, which is to meet one of the internal challenges, and the second rationale, which is in line with the ideology of social reconstructivism, to reform the aims of education in the framework of social. Next one, I would like to discuss the contents of this curriculum. So it refers to kompetensi dasar, which is focusing on identify the social function as well as text structure. So it can be inferred that the curriculum content focuses on how to identify and use the kinds of text in the social context. To be more specific, this table provides the information about the texts that are being chosen in this curriculum for junior high school. It has descriptive text for grade 7, recount and notice for grade 8, and information report for grade 9. According to Christie, junior high school students are classified into late childhood to adolescence and junior to mid-secondary schooling. And each of these groups is believed to be able to produce particular text. And compared to this information, in my opinion, this is still feasible and appropriate to the junior high school students. For that reason, there's no contradiction between the curriculum and the learning and language theories provided by Christie. Next, we are talking about the experience. So, talking about the curriculum experience means we are talking about the learning approach or method that could be implemented in the classroom. And as you can see here, the government suggested to use scientific approach in implementing the curriculum. However, regardless this controversial statement on the use of scientific approach in implementing the curriculum, especially in English, systemic functional linguistic genre-based approach, or SFL-GPA, is more promising. It focuses on facilitating the language to be acquired and functioned by the learners or students in certain contexts, as stated by Highland. And I think this is in line with the second objective of this curriculum, which was described earlier. Then we moving on to the evaluation of this curriculum. So the curriculum evaluation talks about how this curriculum facilitates the evaluation of the learning. And this paper finds out that the evaluation of this curriculum is considered complex since it needs to be, the first one is holistic. It means it needs to cover knowledge, skills, and behavior, as well as reflecting the real situation. Then the proposed evaluation forms are oral and written, and it could be conducted through observation, discussion, conversation, project-based task, role play, presentation, and so forth. And each of these forms is facilitated with the rubric to make the teacher easier to evaluate. All of this information are written in Pedoman Guru Mata Pelajaran Bahasa Inggris. It is the book. Then, related to this curriculum evaluation, this paper relates it to the statement that is stated by Tyler in Braga that mentioned the evaluation is not only to measure the achievement by providing the scores, but also should be able to evaluate the teaching and learning situation. Then, in my perspective, the two characteristics of the curriculum evaluation, holistic and reflecting the real situation, can contribute to quantify and qualify the learning objectives. The first one is to develop knowledge, skills, and behavior as the first objective. And the second one is to be able to use language, especially the text, in the real social context as the second objective. The last one, the conclusion. This paper comes with the conclusion that the elements of the curriculum, 2013 EFL curriculum, which covers the rationale, objectives, learning experience, and evaluations, are interrelated. They are in the same line. And then, there is no contradiction between the language contents, covering the use of text, descriptive, recount, notice, information report, with the theory of language. Then, the only issue appears that this paper found is the suggested learning approach by the government, which is scientific approach, and it is considered inappropriate. For that reason, since Indonesia's EFL 2013 curriculum concerns more on the use of text, it is suggested to apply a systemic functional linguistic genre-based approach, or SFL-GBA. I think that's all for the presentation. Thank you very much.